back with another Hirsutism facial wax follow-up video. Hi, I'm Reacee with Adore Her Beauty. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. And if you are a return viewer and or subscriber, welcome back. We're already getting started with this session with the cleanse, and I like to cleanse my client's skin to remove any excess dirt, oil, or debris, or any products that they may have applied to their skin before their appointment. You want to start out with very clean skin because you don't want anything to run interference when applying your wax. Next, I follow up with a dry gauze, and I am removing all of the moisture from the skin and just making sure that the skin is nice and dry and not holding on to too much of the moisture. Now you can see right here I'm kind of talking about her breakout because she did experience a little breakout, which we're going to talk throughout this video about that. I'll get to that in a bit, but I just wanted to introduce myself if this is your first time. I'm Reacee Wright. I am a licensed esthetician here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I have been licensed for over 5 years, and I have my own studio where I like to treat clients who have hirsutism. I also offer full body waxing, head to toe, facials, and makeup application. So I've already started the first lay, is what I like to call it. Is where you're applying the wax to the skin, and I'm using easy wax for this lay. You will see that I switched the wax, and I will talk about that in a minute throughout the video as well, and so you will learn a whole lot. So definitely stick to the end of this video because I promise you're going to come out more knowledgeable. Now here is how I like to do when I pull a wax strip. I like to show the wax strip because seeing the wax strip, of course, the hairs really get you excited if you're into that, but you can also learn a lot about hair structure, hair texture, the client's personal habits and things that they do, their rituals and routines. You can literally determine that from the hair strip, and it is amazing. Now here I am doing what I like to call a reverse lay technique. This is where I'm purposely applying the wax against the normal pattern of growth, and I'm removing it against the growth as well. This helps to get any fine or stubborn or super resistant hairs. And so this technique is one that really works. And you can see right here, it really got those stubborn hairs that didn't want to come up with the initial lay. Now you may wonder why hairs get stubborn. It's because they're deeply embedded into the root. Now over here, I'm getting her sideburns, and as you can see, I am applying the wax. This is soft wax. I am applying it in a diagonal direction because her hairs are not growing up and down. They're growing from the earlobe out to the jaw or cheek area. And so you have to initially, if you can, apply the wax in the direction of growth and remove it against the growth. And so that is what I'm doing here, and I'm showing the strip. Honestly, soft wax is really great for getting those super fine hairs, like really thin hairs. And you can see here on the strip, you see some thicker hairs that are more obvious, but if you look behind that, you can see some really fine hairs. Those hairs are called vellus hair, and it's really covered over every human's body from head to toe from the moment that they're born. We all have vellus hair. Some women, their vellus hair gets a boost of hormones, male hormones in particular, and it causes them to become dark, thick, coarse, dense, and that is called terminal hair. We all also have terminal hair all over our bodies. Our hair on our scalp is terminal hair. Our hair underneath our armpits and our growing area, that is also terminal hair. Those are adult hairs that generally are obvious, but we also have millions and millions, I guess, of little fine hairs that cover our body, and they're protectors. They help us feel warmth and heat and cool and wind, and they're like little sensors that just kind of help us be aware of our surrounding and to protect us from our surrounding. But in some instances, you don't want your vellus hair because it's starting to become obvious. And so I'm just completing her session with the soft wax. So like I said, she did experience a breakout, and as you can see on this side, the breakout is not as bad. It actually looked a little bit more healed on this side. And so she's been following my recommended guidelines for her home care regimen. And I kind of asked her, was there a shift in the regimen? Did she do anything different? And she just kind of told me that, it had been a tough few weeks for her. She is a college student. She's working. I think she works in an environment that does have a lot of things going on in the environment that can affect her skin. And so I'm thinking that it was these external factors that contributed to her having a flare up. Check out this amazing strip. You can see, oh my gosh, so many bulbs. The sheet, which is that waxy white substance, that clear substance that was coating the hairs. And I pulled it up with soft wax, which is amazing because generally you cannot wax hair at this degree with soft wax, but it's due to the consistency of her coming and getting waxed regularly. The hairs are not sitting in the follicles for very long. When the hairs are sitting in the follicles, they have blood vessels that are connected to those follicles, and they're getting all the nutrients and everything that you consume from your meals and drinks and vitamins and all of that you consume into your body. Your hair gains strength from that. And so look at those little vellus hairs behind there and the terminal hairs. And so the hairs can be built up over time, especially when you're not consistent. So the longer you wait for your waxes, the longer those hairs are getting pumped up, amped up, and the more intense your wax session is going to be. So if you yourself are watching this video and you feel like you had a setback in your facial journey, your skincare journey, don't worry about it, because the thing that I like to point out is that this is a journey. It's not a wave of the magic wand. It's not looking into a crystal ball. It's not throwing coins down a well. It's not making a wish and tomorrow you're going to wake up with flawless skin. It takes time to get your skin back to optimal health, or what your skincare goal is. And then you have to consider your age. If you are a 39-year-old woman with acne and you're just starting to make changes at age 39 and it started when you were 16, you have all of those years of doing damaging things to your skin. It's not going to clear up in 6 months. It's not going to clear up in 2 weeks like some people want the magic results. So if you've done 15 plus years of wrong, then you have to contribute at least 2 years of right to even kind of level the playing field. So just if you had a stressful week, if work was stressful and you had to consume some chocolate or some sugar or some bread to kind of just cope, don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just get back on the horse, as they say, get back on and keep going forward. And so I'm proud of her because she is doing that. She's going to keep going forward. And also another thing that I wanted to add was that, I did put her on exfoliants because I saw that she was ready, and we got great results at the session before this one, but I removed her from exfoliants again. So now she's back to just cleansing. She's using her serum, her moisturizer, and her sunscreen, all from SkinScript. That is the only things that she's using. And so now we have to pull the inflammation out. I also recommend that she does the snow globes, the ice globes, or some type of cooling pack to cool the skin and to pull the inflammation out, because she did again have the warmth to the touch like she did at one of her first sessions. Of course, it wasn't nearly as bad as the first time, but it was warm to the touch. Whenever I put products on, it would heat it up very quickly. The water was warming up on her skin, and I used cold water to do her facial, and so the water was warming up, which lets me know that she does have some inflammation. So I removed the exfoliant from the regimen, and we're going to see what she looks like in the next 4 weeks. it's been said in the comments, and it's actually a pretty true statement, that you are not supposed to wax over inflamed skin. And generally, you are not supposed to wax over inflamed skin because it can exacerbate the acne. The only thing that I can say in reference to this is that generally I wouldn't, but this is a client that has a moderate amount of hirsutism, like a moderate amount. So it's too much to do any other method. She can't do laser for whatever reason, or she hasn't done laser for whatever reason. So I can't just let her go out like this. So she just has to get the wax. Like, there's no way to go around it. And so the thing that we do is just make sure that we're treating the skin afterwards to help prevent exacerbation. And so she has gotten great results. Again, it's going to be a battle up and down, up and down. But I'm hopeful that we are definitely going to get the results that we want. I encourage you, for those who really understand that you shouldn't wax over inflamed acne and are advocating against it, or advocating that I don't do it, I implore you to go back and watch her previous videos and check out the amazing results she have gotten with waxing over inflamed acne. This is just a circumstance that is just special. Coming up next, we're going to show her Hirsutism facial treatment. It's going to be the next video and the next follow-up that we show in her series. Be sure to check out the Lele playlist to see her start until now. You're going to see some amazing progress and some amazing results, even with this little minor setback. It's a minor setback for a major comeback. My girl gonna come back better, and you are gonna be there. I hope to see it. So be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss when this hirsutism treatment come out. And thanks so much for watching.